All right, so today on the Coco Caliente podcast, we have Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Hi.
And Jason Tartick.
Hey.
Try to copy me.
It's like a clash of the Big Brother and Bachelor franchises.
Yeah, this is
right
my
now.
favorite collab. I love Big Brother so much. Anytime, I'm so excited.
Wait, I'm nervous.
Okay, Nicole, you know what? It's completely okay. And just...
I feel like anytime we have someone really cool on, I get nervous.
You are so cute.
Let's okay, if anything, okay.
Wait, people love that.
Yeah.
People love that.
I always tell Nicole, like, the natural conversation and everything like that, even the jitters and stuff that she wants to take out, it's best to keep in because
People
it makes
love
it
it.
real.
100%.
If I listened to a
100%.
podcast and someone just said that, I'd be like, that is so
Gold.
relatable and cute. Like,
Exactly.
you just that's who you are. You're shy
Okay,
a little
yeah.
bit. You get nervous. Own it.
All right, and to make you feel a little bit relaxed, let's all take the glasses of wine because
Yeah.
I know Kaitlyn
Yes.
is famous for this. And her
Cheers.
Cheers. There we go.
All right.
Take a little sip.
And Nicole, you're my friend.
I know.
But Jason's pretty cool. I
Wanna
knew
do,
you were going to choke. I knew you were going to choke.
That's weird.
You always cough.
Let's do our
wait,
family.
are we-
I'm going to do my
Oh, yeah.
family toast.
Okay, what's your family toast?
So the family toast is to health, wealth, love, happiness, and all the time in the world to enjoy it.
hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too. That's really cute.
Ah,
So cute. The
Did
Tarticks.
your family actually come up with that?
yeah,
Or-
grandfather. Actually, I think it's my great-grandfather.
No
Wow.
kidding.
Just kept passing it down. Yeah.
What a legend.
He's a that guy is a beauty. He is a beauty. He was the kind of guy that would show up at the dance floor,
Yeah.
like 80 years old, full white outfit, with bottle of Jack in his hand, and just
Wow.
crush it.
Wow.
Oh,
The
yeah.
definition. If you looked
Yeah.
up beauty in the dictionary,
That's that
you'd
guy.
find your grandpa.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
100%.
All right, so I guess we could touch base on that. So what's your background, Jason? I know you're from the Bachelor, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just give you a full breakdown. So I'm from Buffalo, New York.
He's got this dialed in. He's like, I'll stop you there. I know where to start.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Go on.
You want the business one or the reality TV one?
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning.
No, but I'm 30 years old. I'm born and raised in Buffalo, New York. Growing up was an avid soccer player. Played soccer in college, and then worked in corporate banking for 9 years. Still work today. Got my MBA in accounting and finance, and took a small little detour called the Bachelorette. So
You guys have a lot in common.
yeah.
Finance,
I got my
soccer.
bachelor's in finance. I played soccer in college.
Oh, fantastic!
Did you guys just become best friends? That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And I knew you played hockey because beauty is a term that
Yeah.
I only hear hockey players use. Like, that's a beaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
And then
Yeah.
for my hometowns on the Bachelorette, so hometowns is when you make it to the Final Four. We did a little hockey.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
No, big deal. And Kaitlyn was chirping me pretty hard about apparently my hockey skills, which are pretty solid,
Yeah,
actually.
okay. He has a
And
good
she can't
excuse
skate.
because, well, I grew up in Canada. I figure skated for 8 years. All of my friends played hockey. My dad coached hockey. And so when he was like, I'm a hockey player, and then he brought her on the ice, I was like, he's a little shaky on those skates. Like,
Great.
you were a little
Come on,
shaky.
the
But
dangles were solid.
So what did you do? Did you tweet at him?
yeah,
No, it was on your
I made a
podcast.
podcast.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was like, that guy thinks he could skate. I don't know about that. But your dangles were good, but your skates were shaky.
Time out for
I
somebody
disagree.
that doesn't know hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Dangle sounds like a very
I know
funny
it-
word.
That's like deking. Like the
Oh,
word,
like
the
the-
word
like the
deke.
That's a
Moving-
dirty
Yeah.
dangle.
Like, you know,
right? Is that right?
Mighty Ducks, the
Yeah.
triple deke, you know, those are dangles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was just teasing you. But they were rental skates and they were dull.
You were
Apparently,
flirting with me back then, and I didn't even know.
Oh,
May-
my God. That's so funny.
maybe I was. I don't know. Maybe
That's
I was.
cute.
Well, you reminded me of like a Canadian boy, so maybe I was subconsciously, and I didn't even realize it.
Cute.
So did you go back to your normal job, the same job that you had after you got off of the Bachelorette?
Yeah, so we got off the Bachelorette. You know, you don't see your family or friends for 2.5 months. So it was Mother's Day weekend that weekend. So I flew back to Charlotte. That's where my parents live now. Surprised my mom for Mother's Day, which was awesome. And then went back to work that Monday, and I've been working since. But it's definitely been a juggling act, right? There's
Yeah.
a lot of cool, stuff that comes up,
Yeah.
and you want to make sure that you're committing a lot of time to work. Then you find a beautiful girl that lives across across the country. So it's been a juggling act, but still working, yeah.
Yeah, so which can just segue perfectly into what I want to know. I know people want to know, how did you guys happen? How did Kaitlyn and Jason
Through
happen?
my work.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
True.
That's how you guys met?
Yeah. So when was end of October?
It's towards Halloween.
Yeah. Right before Halloween. I was in Seattle visiting one of my best friends. So I was my booker, who works for Podcast One, was like, you could do Jason Tartick, he's there off. You could do Olivia. You can do Jason and Molly. And she named off all these people, but some of them weren't available. And so I was like, I guess I'll take last.
Short straw.
Yeah. I'll take Jason. So we planned to podcast while I was there. And then when we were podcasting, it was so funny because it felt like he was like a friend from a long time ago. Again, I think it was like, he reminds me of a Canadian and like a hockey guy that I would have grown up with. And so we had really good banter. And then as the podcast went on, Olivia was there with us. But we kind of forgot she was there because we were just having such good conversation. And after, we both walked away being like, and at that point, Sean and I were already broken up, but people didn't know that yet. And so at that point, I walked away and I was like, I didn't know what the feeling was, because in my mind, I was like, well, I can't possibly have feelings for somebody already. So in my mind, I'm going, man, I really, like, whoever dates that guy is so lucky. Like, that's such a good guy. And I really liked his energy, and I kept talking about him to people. And then I got his number because I was like, oh, I should send him the photos from the podcast so he can promote it. So I sent it to them, and then we just didn't stop talking since. And it started off like, we were bros.
Yeah, we were bros. We were totally friend zoned.
The banter continued between the two of us, where it was just like kind of making fun of each other and like poking fun and saying whatever. And he ended up, I always tell the story and I think you get kind of embarrassed, but he actually sent me like a photo of a girl being like, do you know her?
Let me back out.
Okay,
so it was like, this is like mid-November now, and we're going back and forth, bantering, right? So I try and cross the line, do a little flirting with her, and the response I get back is, seriously, stop flirting with me. So I'm like, okay, you want to play that game? Guess what? This girl just asked me on a date. Give me some advice. We're going to be friends, then help me with my dating life.
We're going to be real friends.
We're going to be real friends. You're going to help me out.
But now here's the truth. What I did was, he was talking about pouring a drink, and I said, stop flirting with me. But he read it as stop flirting with me.
Okay, but how do you...
via text.
I mean, so how do you... Yeah, you would never know how to read that. So in his defense, right?
It makes sense.
Totally.
I get it.
I would never read it, stop flirting with me. Like, aggressively, like... You know, it's kind of flirty,
right,
flirting
that came out of
like,
nowhere.
Hey, like, stop flirting with me.
Okay, let's get really into this
That's
text.
flirty.
Did it say ...
I would like to go back. I think I said ... and then all of a sudden he sends me a photo of a girl, and I'm like,
no, it wasn't.
Did you know that's what his plan was when he sent the girl photo?
But I will tell you, the boys back home from Buffalo, when I tell them the story, like, man, solid move. Just, make her, get her going a little bit, try and cross that line, just keep pushing.
I was like, I got so, and I was like, you can do better, is what I said. I said, you can do better. So we thought we were just friends after that. And then we just honestly couldn't stop talking. We just couldn't. And then we're like, okay. Then we met up in New York for a drink, and we were like,
a group of friends.
We left being like, I think I like you. Yeah.
That sounds
cute.
Awfully similar, because we got a drink in New York.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that was what kicked off our
Was that like
relationship.
your first date, or?
It wasn't even. So we went to a premiere party for Big Brother.
Yeah.
And I did not want to go. I dragged my best friend Mariah as my date.
And leading up to that point, I was bugging Nicole, viciously.
To be his date.
A lot. And I would always try to text her. She never wanted to FaceTime. And
I don't FaceTime anyone, for the record.
We don't either. All the time.
And so just leading up to that point, I was like, oh, shoot, like I finally get to hang out with Nicole or whatever. And then I wanted to go out somewhere, and we basically that night, it kind of wasn't, meshing, because I had already left the party.
Yeah.
And then Nicole's like, come hang out, like, let's meet up. And I was like, all right.
We were meshing because you were like flirting with me hardcore at that party.
Yeah.
You were.
Okay, yeah.
There's
Did she tell you to stop flirting?
No, actually she didn't. It was a great night. And after that, like, I remember I was with my buddy Ziggy that night, and I was like, dude, I love this girl. Like,
the thing is I knew he was kind of like a bad boy, as in being like, I mean, you probably weren't the perfect boyfriend ever, right? And I knew that from being his friend in the Big Brother house.
Oh, really?
I knew he was
I'm polished now.
I knew he was kind of like wild party boy. And I was like, that's not what I'm looking for. So I tried to stay away from him. And then we started to, right after that night, you texted me and was like, I'm going to make it work. I'm like, no.
Oh, Nicole's like, I texted Nicole literally the next day, and she was like, all right, let's slow down here. Like, she's like, I don't know.
Pump the brakes.
Hey, Jinx. Yeah.
We are the same person. It's weird. It's weird.
So, no, it was just kind of funny because Nicole's like, I don't know. Like, let's just figure this out because we're not going to just jump into it.
Well, and I also felt like the last couple people I dated was like Big Brother, and it's just like my group of friends, and so that was also really hard for me to take. And I was like, I'm just going to go find a country boy. It's nice, calm.
Okay, we all have so much in common. I literally said the same thing. I was like, well, I'm not going to date another Bachelor person. I just want a good old-fashioned country boy that doesn't have Instagram. That was like literally what I was thinking in my mind. And now I'm like, or a fresh Bachelor guy. Fresh off the season.
And it's literally just like she said, the circle of people that you surround yourself with. It's like saying that celebrities, why do celebrities just always date celebrities? I mean, that's their core group of friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can all relate to other things that people are going through. Sure. Like, not a lot of people can relate to like living in the Big Brother house or going through the Bachelor process and all of that kind of thing. So,
and like the afterlife of like Instagram, just after reality TV.
That's true.
So around this time of year, a lot of us fall out of our workouts or diets or anything that we had for the New Year's going into this. And the reason is because even after you're following a diet plan, there's no like follow-up, like what you do after that diet plan.
That's true. It's just kind of over and you start doing bad again.
Yeah, and it's like it could get boring or, just basically don't have any guidance. And so they came up with this thing called Noom. So this company basically gives you like a personal trainer, like a behavior change professional, nutritional expert.
Wow.
It's all in one. And it's basically what we were talking about, Nicole, that this is a lifestyle change, right?
Yeah.
So they guide you through the process of not just dieting, but changing your life for the better. And so whenever you need it, wherever you need it, it's a platform in your hand. Literally, there's a community that helps you, and they're there. And you can track your food with one of the biggest databases available, opposed to like trying to look everything up.
Yeah.
You can see your habits, visualize portion sizes, and see calorie density at a glance. I mean,
so it starts to become natural more so. They change it to where it's easier for you to do every single day without even thinking about it.
Exactly. And trying to make it a habit for you, just changing your lifestyle. And there's an easy 30-second online evaluation that shows you how much weight you can lose and keep off. So it's pretty crazy. So Noom is designed for results. It's out with the old habits, in with the new. So you guys should sign up for a free trial today at Noom, which is Noom.com/Coco. What do you guys have to lose? Visit Noom.com/Coco to start your free trial today.
Were you guys on the same season?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nicole was on season 16, and then we were on season 18 together.
Okay.
And what's funny is...
And she won.
He came up to
won?
me... Yeah. So the first day...
Amazing.
Mind blown.
That's awesome.
I know,
Well, I'm just
how
like,
did I win,
that's
right?
cool.
No, she's good.
So the first day he came up to me and he's like, I just want to let you know that everybody's after you. You've already had your chance, and
Trying to get in your head?
Yeah, and he's trying to give me advice, and I'm like, dude, I know what I'm doing. It was just cute because he was flirting with me on the couch, took off his shirt.
Oh, ew.
I mean, they did a whole segment on it. It's
Really?
hilarious.
Wait, I don't remember this.
Yeah, the very first episode.
I was dialed into your guys' season. I don't remember that.
Is it common for relationships to develop in the Big Brother house?
They say that there's more in Big Brother than The Bachelor.
And a bigger success rate, right?
Yeah, it's the reason being is if you're there the whole time with that person, it can be like 90 some odd days. And
Every
it's
90 days.
Yeah.
Every day,
99
all day,
days.
stuck in a house.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like, it's not like it's cut and go, right? It's completely live 24/7. There's not like, all right, let's take you to the side. This is what we're going to do. All right, and then we're going to film this.
One bathroom.
Yeah, one
With
bathroom.
no lock.
Small little, no lock.
No
And a camera in there.
way.
Yeah.
But the public can't watch it. It's just in case you like faint in there or
Pass out,
something.
Which
yeah.
has happened.
So you see people at their best and worst.
That's it. That's true. Like you see him with drool or
Oh,
no
my God.
makeup. Like you don't.
girls walking around like, oh my God, I'm constipated. And you're just like, the
my question, this is so stupid that this is my question, but like, what about like farting and stuff? You just gotta like try and make it silent?
Me and Vic just kind of talked about when we both picked our nose under the covers.
100%.
We
I
pulled
feel
the
like I would just start
covers up.
picking for getting people were watching.
Yeah, I mean, it's a natural thing just to pick your nose right during the day. But when you have cameras on you, what they can do is fans can clip together every time you did it and just be like, oh my God, look how many times they picked your nose.
What about plucking a black hair out of your chin?
I didn't have to do that thing. Oh
yeah, I totally don't have.
No,
those.
but you do that.
Tell me more about these.
No, but I did.
Maybe we should go live in Big Brother house. Really
no, I would be ripped to shreds. People would be like, "This chick's disgusting."
I did pop zits in the mirror, and then they would splatter, and that would be a thing, right? You know what I mean? You have to get close to the mirror,
and there's cameras in the mirror. Yeah. And here's the thing: the cameras aren't like camera guys on Bachelorette, like following you around, like you see them and you're aware. They're in little corners, and you don't see, so you forget.
Yeah,
that's why it's better actually for me that way because I get very nervous when I know I'm on camera or know I'm being recorded. But it felt so natural. I felt like I was just living at home with my friends.
That you have a podcast.
I know.
I get nervous being recorded. Yeah, you're being recorded right now.
How's it for you guys, like on The Bachelor, being followed by cameras and just like constantly seeing production and all that? Like, what is that like? You know,
definitely weird. I feel like I grew up wanting to be like a performer, and I always pictured myself with like cameras around me. So I felt like I was kind of in my element, but I was like very aware of them.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget the creator of the show when he was asking me why I should be the Bachelorette. He was like, I've seen you, Kaitlyn. You turn it on when the cameras are on. I'm like, well, who doesn't? Everyone turns it on when the cameras are on. Sure. I sit down in the chair when you're doing an interview, and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm grumpy. I want to go to bed. Oh, cameras are on. Ha! Like, bubbling. Of course I turn it on. You have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really got used to them. But I think what's interesting is going on The Bachelor and not really realizing how much they see or hear until you're the lead. And then you're like, whoa, this is dark.
See everything,
you see everything and know everything. And like, you think you're whispering and you think you like aren't heard, but they hear everything. And yeah, it was much different on the other side.
Yeah, for me, like when I had my first like sit down with Becca, so season 14, it aired last summer. It was so awkward for me because there's like, there's 8 cameras in front of you and there's producers behind them. So at first it was really difficult for me to deal with it.
Like to have a real conversation.
To have an intimate, like you're having an intimate conversation.
The guy's
like
just
imagine
scribbling behind.
Imagine going on your first date and then there's 29 studs waiting to go on that same date with that same person, and then 8 cameras and 15 producers watching you. Not easy. After a couple of weeks, though, kind of got like numb to the cameras, and you just have to be really in the moment, right?
Yeah. So. It did force you to be in the moment, which was nice. Not having your phone. I mean, you guys get that. Not having your phone or internet or talking to family or anyone. Like, it does force you to be in the moment, which is really cool. And that's something I really loved. And I guess you do get numb to it. I always was aware of the cameras, but you do get numb and just like kind of surrender to the process.
And there's also this like, it's like almost going to like a psychologist when you have your interviews with the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a time to
I think it's the same for you guys, right?
Right? Yeah, you guys
to
have
like
the same
vent
self-reflect and open up and think about things that you haven't thought about, right? Because
every day.
You're so distracted on a daily basis. So when you have time to just analyze what you're doing, why you're doing it, why you're here, and what's made you probably don't do that on a daily basis, right?
Yeah, and dig deep into like your personal issues and why you are and your childhood, and you're like, what?
We always joke around. So like before the show, I'd be like tough guy, hard, feelings, coding on top, wouldn't break down, wouldn't open up. After the show, I like see one thing, I start crying. I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
I turn into a total softie after.
Yeah, totally.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy to think about. Even in our diary room, we don't see a person. We just talk to a camera and a voice.
That's weird. Have you ever watched Big Brother?
Yeah, but I've watched it like back in the day, 2000, like early 2000, middle school, high school.
Do you want to know an embarrassing story?
Since.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, from one of the first seasons, her name was Allison. She had blonde hair. She was like one of the, like, maybe first 2 seasons. I don't know if you remember.
I don't know.
I was so obsessed with her. that I would try and find her on MSN Messenger and like AOL Messenger, and I would type in like every.
Funny.
Wow.
I was like a creep fan.
MSN Messenger.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how long ago it was. And I'd like
It's
type
like
in
AIM?
her name in like a million different ways just in case, just because I wanted to talk to her so badly.
Oh my gosh, that's
What?
wow! You watched it.
Oh,
I mean, I guess
loser.
that's crazy to. I mean, I watched it from the beginning, but I don't know. Mariah, do you know who Allison is?
I'll show you a picture you'd remember.
So, Vic, what do you think of my new yoga dress pants from Beta Brand?
I love it. I mean, I've never seen a pant that fits you so perfectly.
Yeah, they do fit me
And I
good.
would never know they're yoga pants, but it looks like you got tailor-made dress pants.
Thanks. No, I get a lot of compliments on them, and I wanted to share them with our listeners. So what they are is they look like dress pants. They feel like yoga pants.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds. No cutting, like, tight button on your stomach. They can come with, like, real pockets or faux pockets, buttons on them. They can come in cropped, skinny, bootleg, every different color. They have seasonal patterns. Really, there's no reason to not try them out.
Yeah.
They're super comfortable. Anyways, I wear them to church, and no one knows. Everyone's like, those are great.
Yeah.
So millions of women agree that these are the most comfortable pants you'll ever wear to work. So visit betabrand.com/Coco. It's all lowercase to get 20% off yours. That's betabrand.com, betabrand.com/Coco, all lowercase, to get 20% off your dress pant yoga pants.
Quick question for you, though. So you said you were on 2 seasons. Obviously in our world,
Yeah.
right, you go on one. So for me, I went on The Bachelorette, and then I was considered for The Bachelor.
He always
They
needs
picked
to bring that up.
3 of
Is
us.
it like, is it the
No, I'm
top
going
3
through the
that's always
process.
considered? Is that how it works?
I think they
It's
pick some people. They pick a few people
Okay.
from the
It
season.
usually
a few
is
people
top
from,
3. It's usually the past has shown us that usually
you
third
would
person
definitely know better than me.
Third person is
Okay.
usually the Bachelor or the Bachelorette.
Gotcha.
It's been a little wonky the last few seasons, but usually
Gotcha.
it's the third.
But then you would either do that, and then if you're still single, potentially do like
Mm-hmm.
Bachelor in Paradise or Winter Games. So how would it work in Big Brother that you went on a season and then go on another one?
I guess so. For Big Brother, they bring back people that they like, or fan. I guess it was fan favorites for my season. They brought back
Okay.
2 girls and 2 boys, and I got brought back.
And how many people start in the house?
16.
16.
So there was 4 vets and 12 newbies,
Okay.
and so we were really outnumbered. In 2 of the final 3 were vets.
And what place did you come in?
I came in. Okay, so.
Is that a sensitive subject?
No, it's not. I actually, you know what? I'm proud of myself. I got evicted 3 times, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, you did.
He
Yeah.
got evicted second,
Yeah,
second
I got
week.
evicted
Does
like.
You
eviction
should be
mean, like-
proud of yourself.
Yeah, kicked out.
Vote off the
voted
island?
out.
I got voted
Whacked.
out, but I fought my way. I had to like win 3 competitions. I came back.
Wow.
I got voted off again. I had to
Yeah.
win another competition to get back, and then I ultimately got out.
My
5th.
family loved you because they're like, he's unstoppable. Like he will never leave the house. Yeah.
Yeah, he got America's favorite for that.
Yeah,
And he-
Yeah.
I had the underdogs. The thing is, I didn't quote unquote play the game of Big Brother. I wasn't
sucked.
out there talking crap about
Yeah.
people or trying to be two-faced.
Okay, I won and I didn't talk
I know, but what I'm saying
He
is,
didn't know what he was doing.
no, I didn't want.
Which is actually kind of a great strategy.
Well, I didn't. All I wanted to do was compete,
Yeah.
do the competitions well,
Sure,
which I
sure.
did,
Yeah.
and then if I did that, like stay in. I didn't want to do all the extra like navigating behind the scenes
And
stuff.
the crazy thing is he didn't vote for me to win.
Oh.
I won by
and she
5.
voted
I won,
me out 3 times.
I won
Understood.
by 1 vote, and
Whoa.
he did not vote
It
for
was
You
me.
didn't
not
vote
mine.
for. Why am I blanking on all this?
Because it
stuff?
was his best friend Paul, which makes
Oh,
sense.
right.
I mean, he was my buddy the whole time.
Yeah.
We
Are
didn't
you still
have
friends with
anything.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Okay.
was on the podcast
Yeah,
and
he's a
everything,
good-
and we
he's-
saw his show in Toronto and everything.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
So when you win, can you go into another season, or does
mean,
there like
maybe
a
All
winner's
Stars.
bracket?
I-
Okay,
Oh
so-
wait, Paul.
With
Beard
the beard.
Paul.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Love Paul.
Yeah.
I had
Oh,
him
he's
on my
been on your
podcast. Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
He's awesome. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about a different Paul.
I need to get into the show. I need to
Oh,
get into
you will
it.
get into it as long
Yeah.
as you're with me. I like force friendships on you guys after the show. I'm like,
Because you're friends with
Jess and Cody.
yes, Jess and Cody, and then there's the
Elena
Buffalo guy, Mark,
and Mark.
right? Yeah. Okay.
And last season was really good too. Season 20 was probably the best one in a long time.
It was
Yeah.
great season. Yeah,
Probably better than
was
that.
that the Jess and Cody one? No, the one after Jess and Cody one was a tough. That was a tough season.
Yeah, that was when Paul was on again, and
Yeah.
he got.
Right.
He got final 2 again.
I mean, the thing is he is the same person, and I experienced the same thing. We were both on twice. We're the same exact person.
Mm-hmm.
How they want... Going in the second time, you are out for a little more blood. Mm-hmm. You have a lot more to lose. Mm-hmm. But we both got the edit where you can't be good and nice.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
but
he
you
kind of
still did, though.
Yeah.
You were still sweet.
I mean, some people still said that I was backstabbing.
You know what?
Always going to be haters.
And that's something that I would love to get into. Social media. God. You know, I just really don't understand it because it's not fair, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't do anything extraordinary or evil or conniving. Yeah. It's just people's opinions of you, and they just can be really mean.
I will say that of all the reality shows I've ever seen, including like Housewives, like nasty shows, Big Brother gets the worst trolls I've ever seen in my life.
No way,
yes,
really?
The hate Big Brother players get is unlike anything I've ever seen, to the point that sometimes it makes me sick to my stomach to read what people say.
Yeah, I don't even use Twitter hardly ever unless I'm retweeting animal
pictures.
It's
bad.
My Twitter, I completely converted into the Twitter for this podcast because it got to a point where it wasn't necessarily a bunch of bad stuff, but it was enough for me to be like, you know what, like it's not even worth it.
And if it's like me, it may not be like a bunch of bad stuff, but the bad is like it's they cross lines.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It is very bad.
It's interesting that you say that because like some of the people in the Bachelor world, you've got some bad stuff, but like
everybody loves Jason, but
no, stop.
Jason does not get one.
Buried. They get buried.
Joe, who was on my season, and then he was on Paradise. Something happened to him on Paradise that ended up being, I can't remember. It was people just hated his guts, and they found out where he lived, and they were throwing dead animals into his yard.
Yes.
Oh, that's really bad.
Like people are
that's crazy.
Like, and it's so weird because I'm like, you're literally hating us for being just who we are, and we're not doing anything like malicious. Well, maybe malicious, but like we're not doing anything like that's
evil
against the law. And then here you are hating us, doing something against the law and evil. Like, what's wrong with you?
I would test anybody to have cameras following them, especially like for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and see what type of person you are and comes out to light. Like,
totally.
It's unreal what the standards that people try to hold you to.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I'm not, some extraterrestrial perfect person.
Right.
Nobody would be able to nobody would go 20, especially in your world with the 24/7 cameras. That always blows my mind because nobody would ever come across as like perfect. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that same thing, like, there's so many people that I remember the guys on my season on the Men Tell All. They were so mean to me, which which is crazy because they were actually a solid group of guys. But I don't know if they are produced to like say these things to me. But I looked at them and I'm like, I dare you all to try and date 25 women and not make one mistake.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna make mistakes. You're brave enough to do it on television.
So when the Men Tell All, that's when what happens? Say you sit there and they literally say whatever they want to you.
They're all sitting there in front of you.
Yeah.
It's the most nerve-wracking.
And the difference is that at this point, everyone's been able to watch the full season. So they've seen the Bachelor, Bachelorette interact in certain situations. They've seen the interview talks. So people come to Men Tell All and Women Tell All. They're ammo's ready to go and they're fire ready.
Yeah.
I mean, people
Guns
were just
blazing.
guns blazing.
Yeah.
Do you get do you say stuff back or do you just have
So I said stuff back.
You
the
like stick up for yourself.
So on my season there was 2 bachelorettes and the guys had to choose which one they wanted to be the bachelorette. So I went into it being like, these guys could like think, no, Kaitlyn's not for me. Britt all the way, which I would have understood because 1, she's awesome, and 2, if they like her, they wouldn't have liked me anyways because we're completely different people. But where was I going with this? What were we? I know. The mental. This is
edit
classic.
That, don't worry.
Yeah, the classic. You can leave it in my brain. I don't care. So what happened was this one guy was so mad that I brought on another guy during my season, and he looked at me and he was like, I just think it was so unfair that you brought on this guy halfway through the season when some of us weren't getting a chance. And he's going and I said, I just need to interrupt you for a second. I said, did you not vote for Britt? And he was like, and then everyone's like, woo, like clapping. And I said, so I guess you can argue that there's just sometimes a connection that's not there, that it's there with somebody else, and you have to trust your gut and follow your heart. Yeah. And everybody was just like clapping, and he just was shut right up because it's like, don't you dare come at me for bringing up. I'm going with my feelings, and you went with yours. Am I calling you out for voting for Britt? Well, now I am. But like, did I the whole season? No, I let you because I understood.
Yeah.
Stupid. Stupid.
All right, Nicole, what's something that I've been doing more at home than I've ever done before in my life?
Working out at the TV screen.
Isn't that funny? I never thought that would be a thing.
I know. I love watching you. It's hilarious.
Yeah, so I've been using this thing called OpenFit, right? And basically what it is, it's an online streaming service that, it takes the complexity out of losing weight and getting fit. And it's an online platform that just has all these workouts on it, from different like celebrity trainers or, it has some really good stuff on there. For example, like you can sculpt your body with Andrea Rogers, she's the founder. I don't know if you know, like Extend Bar.
Yeah, bar is one workout that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's for the legs.
Exactly. And then so you can also get in crazy good shape with Hunter McIntyre, who was like Sports Illustrated, like one of the 50 fittest athletes out there.
Wow.
And so, I don't know, it just really takes the stress out of trying to lose weight, and everybody's body's made different. And so they have a bunch of different things. You can stream literally from everywhere on your phone, computer. I actually do it from my computer.
I guess that, and I guess the thing is, it's that it's convenient. That's what it is. It's anywhere, everywhere you go, you take it with you.
Well, and that's what I'm going to do when we go to Florida. I'm just going to have it on my laptop and like work out, in the sun.
That's true.
And so I'm looking forward to that. And like you can lose up to 15 pounds in just the first 30 days, which is crazy. Flatten your abs, shape your body, look and feel great. I mean, summertime, springtime, it's here. So anyway, right now, during the OpenFit 30-day challenge, my listeners can get a special extended 30-day trial membership to OpenFit.
What?
Yep. All you got to do is text Coco to 303030. Yep. So again, you can get a special 30-day free extended trial membership to OpenFit where you can lose up to 15 pounds in 30 days when you text Coco to 303030. I think it's crazy though. You guys come out with so many followers. I think
it's the most watched reality show?
It's so freaking popular.
It's up there.
It's insane.
Yeah, I think it's up there, and I think it's also the demographic of the people that watch are identically the demographic that
and it's always
utilize
really
Instagram.
Beautiful people that are on it too.
Yeah.
So did you guys apply? Is that
what's the process?
Or do they find you?
This is a good story for you. You go first. No, I'll go first because mine's worse, and then you can end it on a high note. Mine's just that my girlfriend Bree, she's my best friend, and since we were younger, she always said I needed to be on TV, and I always wanted to go on Big Brother. I used to have dreams that I was on Big Brother. I'd like always plot out how I'd be in the diary room. Like, I'm crazy. I'm a little crazy. So then we actually she filled out all my information for Big Brother and Bachelor, and then Bachelor got back. So I applied for Juan Pablo's season. And they didn't take me.
Judging.
Well, okay. By
Maybe
me,
you should listen to some of this. I'm totally kidding.
He goes, I didn't. Bree did.
Okay.
I wasn't
We'll
like,
have to
ooh.
talk, Bree.
Yeah, I wasn't like, ooh, put me on Juan Pablo's. Bree was like, I was just out of a relationship, and I was going through a hard time.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is your chance. You need to go on The Bachelor, Juan Pablo's season, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, fine, like send in all my information at this point. Like, what do I have to lose? And she sent in all my paperwork, photos of me, everything. And it was for Juan Pablo season, and they didn't even call me, nothing.
Oh, really?
And it was a year later, almost to the day, that they called me and they go, are you still single? Because we're looking for you for Chris Soule's season of The Bachelor. Oh. And I had a crush on Chris Soule's because I was like, farm boy, like, yeah. I liked farmers back in my day. I don't know. I think it's just what I grew up with. And so then they had all my information already on file. And they said, can you just fly out to LA so we can talk to you? And then I did. And then I didn't have to go through anything else. I was just on.
Well, that's awesome.
So there's not like a series of tests.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
You have to get STD tests. You have to get needles. You have to go through like 3 hours of psychiatric, like
600 question psych test,
Yeah.
and then you have to go meet with a
Same as
psychologist.
Okay, yeah.
it's probably the same
Like
for
the
all reality
submarine
shows.
test.
Yeah. So we, it was like crazy amounts of questions, and they were like, answer very honestly, and some I was like, why am I telling people this? And like in the Bachelor contracts, it's like it actually states in them like very clearly, we can humiliate you and twist your words, and
you sign away.
And
you
some
sign
people
away for sure.
End up with like actual depression. Like it's very clear, and you're just initialing it being like, what am I doing?
Sure.
They put it on the table.
Yeah, they really do.
So March of 2017, I lived in New York, and there's something called Gilda's Club. Gilda Radner was a comedian for SNL, and she died abruptly of ovarian cancer. So they came up with Gilda's Club, and it supports families that undergo cancer treatment, A to Z. So they did this Bachelor auction. And
Told you his story was better.
They picked 30 guys from all over New York that were involved in the community at some level. And essentially, they had this big marquee event. We all dressed up. We came out to a song. We danced. We shouted. People bid on us for dates, and all the money went to the charity.
That's like something straight from a movie.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Speaking of movie, I came out to Old Time Rock and Roll. What's the Tom Cruise sunglasses?
Oh my gosh.
Where he has the white long sleeve shirt.
White long sleeve shirt with the socks.
How am I blanking?
And this is why I sucked on Family Feud yesterday.
Is that Risky Business? Is
Risky Business.
Yes.
I would have won.
That was it. So Risky Business had come out. I had an American flag guitar, inflatable, just acting like a goofball. And of the 30 guys, whatever raised the most money. And that video got sent to them. And then in October, I moved to Seattle, and ABC had reached out to me. And I thought it was actually like a prank phone call.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fill out this 20-page packet, give me all your information, your bank accounts and everything.
Yeah.
See you later. And then did some research and learned that it was actually ABC, and I relocated 4 times. I was single, 29. I'm like, you know what? Why the hell not? I was in the middle of Seattle, knew no one at the time, just moved out there. And I gave it a shot.
Yeah.
You gave it your best shot.
I gave it my best shot.
How well did you do? I'm sorry, I don't...
same thing with Big Brother. I did not. So I came in 3rd place.
Wow.
Bronze medal.
He's always like, still on the podium.
Still on the podium. No, but
didn't quite make it into Fantasy Suite, which I always like to remind everybody.
Yes, I got whacked. So how it goes in the final 3 is you have your day date, then you have dinner, then you have the Fantasy Suite. And at dinner, I got whacked. So I didn't go to the Fantasy Suite.
Just like the brown chicken, brown cow?
Yes.
Easy.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know. That's
what a savage.
Okay, what I'm saying is, it sounds
calling me a savage, not you.
Oh, okay. It just Fantasy Suite. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, not you. Oh, yeah.
Well, you can't blame me. I was on the show 2 times. Yeah. Of course, I saw Fantasy Suite at one point in my career.
Tiger.
Thank you.
Hey, you know what? Full circle. Everyone has a past. So, you know what? Put your past behind you. When you start a new relationship, you communicate some of your disagreements, and you move forward.
I've been getting better with that.
You owe me $20 for that?
Hey, you know what? I appreciate that. I thank you for you saying that.
Well, it's because we were friends in the Big Brother house, so he would tell me all the bad things that he would do. Or like he would take a girl on a date and make her pay her way into the movie. I'm like, what a trash bag.
Time out.
You did.
Okay, yes.
There's got to be a reason.
On the surface, I did do that.
He just didn't like her.
That was in high school, right? That was in high school. I didn't have a bunch of money, and I didn't want to... Exactly. Yeah, okay. I didn't want to go on this date. Yeah. And then, so when I got there...
No, you asked her on the date, though.
I did, and then I regretted it.
But you're dumb in high school. You're dumb.
I was literally... We were literally standing next to each other in line, and I look at her, and I'm like, so you're paying for your movie, right?
Isn't that terrible?
Okay, but you can't hold that against him in high school.
I know, but when he was...
I'm crying. That's so funny.
I
just can't.
It's so bad.
You know what, though? You got to give him credit, because, like, he was so honest with you. Like, he dug so deep about a high school story.
Right.
That's true.
Nicole.
Yeah. No, I know.
But that is tough being friends first and hearing stories, because then you're like, oh, are you going to do that to me? Or this was like a trigger for me. And like, I mean, we can kind of sort of relate. We were friends for like 5 minutes.
Quick 3 weeks.
But we are very honest with each other.
Yes, we are very honest.
And there are things.
It helps. Like being just straight up honest.
It also helps that, like, listen, we both have had a past.
Yeah.
And we both had fun. And we've done the clubs. And we've had the good times and the single wild times. And I think because we both have seen it, we get it. We've been there. We're past it, and we're so happy to be with each other. So,
and we're both so ready for to be out of that. You know, like I feel like we're both established in what we're doing, and we both like are excited to be like adults and live the adult life. And
so yesterday I did Family Feud, and it was like a reunion with some of the Bachelor guys. And someone asked me, they're like, "So can you believe that just within 1 year, like you're in a serious relationship?" And I looked back at the person, I'm like, yeah. Do you know why? Remember why we go on the show?
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Like, this is why. It's exactly what we do. Yeah. So actually, I'm fortunate. Thank God. But it's all good. It's funny
really
how that
cute.
all works.
So, I've been on the hunt for good bras lately.
You are entirely too picky about bras.
Am I, though?
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah, I am. I like comfortable. And it's hard to kind of find something that's cute and comfy. So when I do, I'm like all in. Anyways, there's this company called Third Love. And what it is, there's an online test, and it only takes 60 seconds to complete. Actually, over 12 million women have taken this quiz.
Oh, wow.
To help find them the right bra, the right size.
I didn't know it could be like that specific to you.
Oh, yeah, because even the shape of your boobs matter. And that's not taken into account at like stores because it's all the same. They have Third Love even has like half cup sizes.
Oh, so it's not like the cookie cutter bra.
Exactly.
Got you.
So yeah, if you take this quiz and then you find a good fit, and then they ship you the bras, so you don't even have to go to the store. And every customer has 60 days to wear it. They can wash it, put it to the test. If you don't love it, you can return it. And they will wash it for you and donate it to a woman in need.
Oh.
I know. What the heck?
Who does that?
Right.
That's awesome.
I know. So they have fit stylists that are dedicated. I actually got a text message like a couple days after my package arrived asking how mine fit.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was perfect. So they're extremely soft. They're smooth, breathable. There's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they are offering my listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/Coco now to find your perfect fitting bra. And you can get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/Coco for 15% off today.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at first, Jason told me they were playing Vanderpump Rules people, like another reality show, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, oh, just kidding, it's Victoria's Secret models. And I was like,
oh my god,
be cool, Kaitlyn, be cool.
So just again to clarify, Blake had heard rumors that it was going to be Vanderpump.
Right.
And then 2 days, it is ironic, you read through the contract, you sign the contract, and then 2 days before, oh, hey, you'll be playing Victoria's Secret models.
And I've been on Victoria's Secret. No, I have not. I've been on Family Feud before, twice, and it was a very like flirtatious environment. It was girls against guys, and you're like, and you're drinking in the back.
Don't instigate anything, Victor.
Oh no,
she's already getting mad at me.
I just saved your ass, Victor. What
I was just kidding. You know what?
I'm
9
kidding.
times out of 10, Nicole should just like put it to me. Like
I'm totally busting
joking.
shot.
Like I'm in that situation.
She's telling a story.
But it's a good turnaround story.
Okay,
here.
I want to hear it.
So I was like, Kaitlyn, learn from your past.
Yeah.
This is not a big deal. These women are obviously gorgeous.
Yeah.
So are you. Anyone can be pretty. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, but you're a badass. And
you have a kick-ass personality.
And I was like giving myself a pep talk. And then I just said to Jason, who's the best person to talk to because we can have the most adult conversations with communicating our feelings. And I just said, here's why I feel insecure. Something happened in my past with this situation. And so this triggers me. And then he's like, but you trust me. And I was like, fully. And I said, it's not that I think that you're going to do anything. It's not that I think anyone's better than me.
Right.
I can appreciate a beautiful woman. It's just that it's like, you know, Victoria's Secret's brand is that they're a male's fantasy.
Yeah.
And I love playing games with Jason. So I was like, you get to just play games with these perfect women. Anyways, I got over it really quickly.
Yeah.
But he was so cute because he goes, well, you trust me and like it's not a big deal and blah blah blah, and then it's just a fun game, and then it kind of put everything into perspective. And I felt like I really grew in the last few years from and it helped to have someone have such a healthy conversation with me, and it wasn't a big deal. And then he's the cutest human in the world, and he was supposed to stay in LA for the weekend, and he surprised me and flew out here to be with me. And so like, how can
so
you?
Cute.
There we go. Thank you for the pump up.
Full circle.
Came full
you know,
circle.
I feel very fortunate to feel so secure with somebody.
No, it is a great feeling, and I think that's something that I experience with Victor is that it's so secure, and I know that he's loyal and honest, and we're very open with each other. And it's the first time that I felt like someone's not going to leave. Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And because I feel like when we do argue,
Nicole has a rebound rate of 5 seconds.
Yeah, I get over it real quick.
I might have a rebound rate, of 5 minutes, but still, I rebound and it's fine.
That's a good combo.
So I have a rebound rate of like 5 seconds.
Do you too?
It is a little
You know
slower.
what? And it's because, and it's nothing bad, right? It's just Nicole worries about a lot of stuff, and I'm so easygoing that when something does affect me, it'll affect me for a little bit longer, and she lets go of it quick,
right?
Which isn't, congratulations for her personality that even though she worries, she can let go of things really fast. But I'm the opposite, and like I can let go of things. It's like big deal.
At least we can all let go of things because there are people that hold grudges and it like lives in their brain and they can't get past things. So for me, I'm like, I might take a little longer to get over something, but lately I will really like think through all the whys and okay, why am I feeling this way? And like what's the truth and what's the lie I'm telling myself, and I will go through I will process everything to get to like a healthy state of mind to think about what it was, and it might take me a day. But if you're going to do that in a healthy way to get there,
do it, right?
Instead of like screaming and crying and being crazy, like I'm like, okay, what's the issue here?
Yeah, and
go ahead.
No, go.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's just so important too, like because clearly you and I have already talked about just in this conversation, fantasy suites, people we dated in public scenarios. It is so important that once you start the relationship and once you give that commitment to each other, what happened before, it kind of has to go out the door. Like you can't hold, I saw you do this or I saw you do that. Or like once you give that commitment and you openly communicate, you just have to stay on the same page, and you can't revisit history to try and bring justice to a certain scenario. And I think too many people do it. I've seen friends do it. I've seen people do it from the show, and it just can't happen.
Been there.
Yeah, it
I've
just
been
can't
there.
happen.
Yeah.
No, that's very true, and that's once you realize that. I mean, it's all a growing experience, and like you guys said, like it's nice being at least all four of us in a point where we're just like, we're done with everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I just want to settle down, be with the person that I love, and it's cool.
It's as simple as that, which is crazy. It really is simple. I mean, you're going to come to like roadblocks and issues and problems, but to know and feel secure and safe with somebody and know that it's just like it really does become simple to just be with somebody.
Yeah, and now it's to the point where me and Nicole, we live together, right? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so when she flew out here and I had to stay home alone a day, it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, every night she's there. I tell her like
I make him dinner.
She tells me to scratch her back, and I'm like, again.
Hey, at least she says back and not feet.
I make him rub my feet all the time, even when they look like this. Look, they're all spray tan stained on the bottom. They've got fluff.
Wait, how do you get it spray tan on the bottom?
You ask, and I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wait, how do you
get it spray tan on the bottom?
Because I'm stepping in a dirty
so you go
booth.
get it. You go get it done.
I've
recently tried to do.
This is so funny.
I'm
Please.
a little bit
oh
orange
my gosh.
right now. What?
No, you're not.
Let me explain it
because
it's
I
a little bit
don't want
more,
to age. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay.
She doesn't want to go into a tanning bed, so and there's no booths around here that'll do it for you, right? So she has a mitt.
Yeah.
And she has
St. Tropez or whatever. St. Tropez.
I do the L effect.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's funny because then she'll miss a square on her back.
I'm like,
and
please
makes
get
you
my
do
back. Yes.
I asked Jason if he would get his license to spray so that I can stand in a booth and he can just do it for me. He gets to look at me naked. I get to look tanned. It's a win-win for everybody. buddy.
Yeah, I do that too, Vic. Seriously.
You should do that.
I'll get licensed.
There's nobody in my area. I already tell the beautician people, you should totally invest in this because they have tanning booths.
That's so true.
Victor, have you ever gotten spray tan?
Never in my life.
Okay, so I did it once. It's a weird experience. Really? Oh yeah. At the place I went to, the group, it was like a girl. They were fans of the show. I'm like, shit.
She was 100% eyes wide open.
So it wasn't a booth. It was like a girl.
It was like you get sprayed, yeah.
And you're naked.
And so I didn't even know what to do. So they're like, take your clothes off and stand here. I'm like, what the fuck?
My God.
What are you doing? This was pre us. Remember we talked about before us? This is a good start.
You got spray tan by a girl.
No, I didn't know what to do. So
you were naked?
Well, you know what I did? I took because I wear boxer briefs.
And you roll them up.
I roll it up like a thong, but still.
Funny.
Like
how hard were you flexing?
I wasn't even breathing. What do you think?
Just about passed out.
Tell your friends I've been working out. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Haven't got one since.
You're not joking.
I wouldn't want to do that. Nicole was talking about waxing my butt crack the other day.
Wow, that's a transition. Let's go.
I'm just saying.
For what
this
reason?
is what the people want.
I was just teasing. I was like,
up.
I'm gonna go to the wax place, throw my legs up, hold them, and be like, all right, go ahead.
I would totally do it.
And she's like, why don't you just let me wax your butt crack?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I was like, nobody's back there anyway. I mean, I don't need that thing waxed.
Would you let me wax your butt crack?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go there, actually.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Oh, my God.
No one's waxing it. No, you're not waxing anything.
I have the same stance on that,
Yeah,
Nicole. I'm sorry. You don't have to go see what's going on back there.
I mean, you didn't even flirt with the idea.
No.
All right, fair. Tough, but fair. Fine then.
So for you guys, right now, it's a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Right. So what's next, or when is that not going to be a long distance relationship?
It's a topic of conversation every hour. Because every time, like, he's leaving tomorrow, and I'm like, no.
Wow.
I get so mad. Yeah, I do this weird, like, baby nasally voice where I go, no. I'm embarrassed. I just did that on the record. But I don't know. It's like, Seattle's far from Nashville. It's really far. So we have been unreal at doing the long D game. Like, we see each other every weekend.
Time out. Like, can we rephrase that? Because you just said the long D.
We got a lot of competencies of the long D game going. We're knocking it out of the ballpark. Let's go. That was gross. Jason, Mom, I hope you're not listening.
Yeah, that's the only reason you're saying I can't wax your butthole, is because you know that your mom might listen.
No, you're not waxing shit on me. For the record, I'll say it to my mom, my brother, my boss, anybody, friend. You're not waxing me ever.
I mean, I feel that. He means that.
There's no chance.
Like, I'm really not waxing.
I don't have much to wax, too. I'm not a hairy guy. I don't have one piece of hair on my chest.
Really?
No,
You've
or my
got,
back
like, 2 sprouts.
I don't. You asked. Remember, you're like, do you shave your legs? I'm like, no. Legitimately, my thighs, no hair.
Oh no, my butt crack is like a jungle.
And your chest is.
My thing is, I don't have any hair on my back. It's just on the regions where when it grows, it's like, oh, that's a man. You know what I mean? Like, but everywhere else is normal. But the butt crack, it's just like.
That's funny. I appreciate your honesty.
Great. But full summary to wrap it up. The distance is tough. We've been able to do it. We've been able to do it really well, and it's definitely like a topic of conversation of how to bridge the gap and make it work quicker.
He's got such a good job, and I am not moving to Seattle, and so it's something that we talk about all the time, how we can make it work, or when is the time to make it work, or so it's.
And I'm not raising a family in Seattle. That's for sure.
Well, that's good that you know that. You don't,
and I don't want to raise a family in Nashville.
Stint. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's some. Yeah, there's working room.
There's night at the end of the time.
There's a lot of working room.
And that's positive.
There's a lot of working room.
I mean, I had to make that decision just because.
You thought it was too hard, I think.
Well,
right?
and we were in a point in our relationship where it's like, if I really want to make this work, I have to be with her, right? In the same spot. And I knew that her family, all her family, is from Michigan. I mean, and
we're really. I mean, you're really close with your mom. Your mom's awesome. I watch her on your Insta stories, and I love it.
Yeah,
and I'm super close to my mom
you're very
too.
Close with her.
And she's my best friend. So I just, And my dad does a lot for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only that. Her entire family is rooted in their village, right?
Yeah.
In Michigan.
They're like
In
our
Michigan.
neighbors.
And like, it's just my mom and dad in Louisiana, and they're planning to move back to Puerto Rico anyway. So I was
are
like,
they?
yeah.
Wow.
So it wasn't a thing where it's like, well,
and his
I'll move-
sister lives in Florida.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like, if I move Nicole to Louisiana, everybody's gonna be
There's
gone.
no point.
Right.
So
There was no point.
I said, I mean,
We
F it.
literally lived in my parents' basement for 10 months.
Yeah. How was that?
You know what? It was good. Her family, I'm really close to her family. I'm
That's
I'm
awesome.
like their child. Like I was on the road here, calling me, "Hey, how's everything? How's the road?"
that's
You know,
amazing.
They seem like a very comforting, welcoming family.
Oh, she cooked me dinner yesterday. Hey, it's like, you make sure you stay over. I cook for you, and they had, stuff for me to eat and everything. And so they really took me in like their family, and that's really awesome. And it's partly because we lived in the basement for 10 months.
And
I became their child.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it was really great that you just decided to move kind of on your own, where it was never an ultimatum or like, I think this is what we need. It was just, I'm coming to Michigan, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Here
and
we
that
go.
was really comforting to not make someone feel like they had to move for me.
Yeah.
And that you just made that decision.
And actually, to dispel one last thing, I only follow one person on my Instagram, right? And that's Nicole. And people think,
I didn't make him do that.
Yeah, people think that I forced her,
Or no,
this,
that
that,
I
and the
forced
third.
you, you mean.
Or that she forced me to like just unfollow
so
everybody.
romantic.
You can take
And-
your hand off.
And no, it was just a decision I made. I was like, you know what? I like the close friends that I'm with. They're in contact with me, right? They have my phone number. They can reach out to me. I'm not a social media person. I barely post as it is. And I was like, you know what? The only person I need to be following is Nicole.
That's really cute.
I don't have to have my eyes on anything
love
else.
that.
And I just use my Instagram to look up funny memes and educational stuff anyway.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So
That's really cute.
Yeah, so that's, I just wanted
So
to put
when
that
are
out
you
there.
going to unfollow 995 people?
I'm so-
Victor, what the hell is that?
You've been helping me out this whole
You're
time.
killing me.
I'm sorry, but I just
No.
That is super romantic,
That
though.
is cute. That is cute.
It's
That is
really cute. But you know what? I wouldn't do that for you.
No,
So
no. Vice versa.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you use it as I use it as a way to engage. I'm only on Instagram and Twitter.
yeah.
And I don't tweet that often, so it's a way to engage with friends and stuff. But I think there is an overarching theme there, right? And we've talked about this on one of your podcasts before, but you have to be like you want to be very cognizant, right, of who you're following and what you're liking and why you're liking them, especially when you have a significant other
For sure.
in the world of social media, which just breeds, and lives narcissism.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And just like some of the picture, and God bless, everyone could put anything they want up there. But to your point, when you're in a serious relationship and you're on your way to marriage, I completely understand why you have your eyes on the prize, one person and only one
Yeah,
person.
I mean, and I really in social media itself has ruined a lot of relationships.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
it sets standards for people as individuals. You know that it's like, all right, I'm not. And we were talking about this the other day. It's like. Back in the day, and this is from Dax Shepard podcast.
Yeah, what up,
actually.
God, I love this
Oh,
podcast.
armchair expert.
I'm obsessed with
Oh
Dax.
my god! But he was saying that we come from a place where you were with a group of like maybe 10 to 100 people, and there was always the best at something, and so you had a place where you were the best at something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And now it's like social media made it. I'm
So
not the
true.
prettiest. I'm not the tallest. I'm not the best at doing this
Yeah,
or
we're comparing
that.
to,
It's like a
6 million.
constant reminder that somebody's better than you all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that in a relationship, it's like, why people look at other stuff, and it's like you don't have to do that.
It's
You know
so
what I
true.
mean?
Like I won't even look at the like popular page or who
Search
likes
page,
what
yeah.
photos because I'm like
Yeah.
I don't want to overthink anything because I know it's innocent too. If Jason's liking a photo. I know it's like not in like a creepy way or like
No.
he's never doing anything wrong. So I just don't even look because I don't want to overthink anything.
Yeah.
Because like one of his best friends plays football and is dating a Sports Illustrated model, and like if he likes her picture and she's like boobs and butt out, I don't want to overthink that because
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's his best friends. But if I didn't know that, I'd be like, why the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just better to like not go there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I remember something you're going to bring up.
The jeans.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a segment that we do in our podcast. It's called Weird or Normal. Okay, so basically,
perfect.
we put something out there that one of us, either me and Nicole, thinks it's weird, and the other may think it's normal.
Okay.
And
Sure.
so we'd like to bring you guys into this today.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, so jeans, okay?
I don't wash my jeans, and I think when I wash them, I ruin them.
The girls just high-five.
That's so
because the girls think, and when I say the girls, Nicole and Kaitlyn, they believe that washing jeans is weird somehow. Like, for them, the normal is not washing jeans.
Yeah.
They can wear them several times and not wash them.
And the jeans get so crunchy and tight, and then they lose their form, and then they lose
especially
their
with
color.
the holes and
Most
everything.
outrageous thing I've ever heard in my
never
life.
thought that was okay.
So what do? You buy a pair of jeans and then once they get a stain, throw them out?
No,
you keep wearing them.
Right, and they don't really get that bad.
What do you mean? It gives them character or something?
Yeah,
It's gross. It's because Kaitlyn had a pair of jeans on and they were like stained. I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
You
So your
wash
question,
those? She's like, you wash your jeans? Who the hell doesn't wash their jeans?
So here's
we're on the same
Thank
boat,
you.
man.
okay. Now the guys just pounded it out.
You can air dry them. Throw them. Like,
Okay, but here's the thing:
you
you just said. So what do? Buy a pair of jeans, and when they get stained, throw them in the garbage. You clearly know the answer to that because you asked me why I'm wearing stained jeans. So
that's true.
clearly, I don't throw them in the
So
garbage.
you just wear them until what? They smell so bad you can't wear them?
You know what? Sometimes I feel like a little bit Kurt Cobain chic, and I'm just like a little bit dirty grunge with my ripped, dirty
But
jeans.
how far does the dirty grunge go into ass sweat smelling really bad?
Well, I don't sweat from my ass.
So Victor has so much laundry because he washes everything. I don't wash my good clothes because I just put them on, go out.
Okay,
I don't wash them
I will
either.
attest that the last jeans that I had, every time I washed them, they became more skin tight.
And then what happened? You had a hole in your crotch.
I ripped the crotch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy!
Thank you.
Oh boy!
And
I
that
think
was-
you know what, Vic? You probably ripped it for other reasons. Same reason,
Nicole was having a fun time that
No.
night.
It's a good thing you ripped it.
No.
Be bad if you did it.
I have told him before not to throw his jeans in the dirty laundry every single time he wears them.
I have this thing about being clean, and I don't want to
he's
be
a clean freak.
yeah.
you?
I'm
you a
with
clean
you.
freak?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I shower like 1 or 2 times a day.
Yeah.
Your
good
personal
hygiene.
hygiene is mine is very questionable, and
Facts.
and Jason's hygiene is on point. Except you're not like overly clean in your like home space. You're not messy, and you're
I'm
not
never in my home space. That's the problem.
right. But like I'm very like I'm kind of a neat freak.
Oh, you are. I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
She's like, well, I'm at your house. And
Well, no, you're like I could see a little dust on No, okay, I guess I'm not a neat freak. I'm very clean and organized, and I like things to be in their place. But you're more like I shower every day and tweeze my eyebrows.
I don't tweeze my eyebrows. She loves to chirp this.
You get your eyebrows done?
When I go get a haircut, and the same person who does my hair does my hair.
Vic
She'll
does that too.
she does this cut thing. She puts the comb in there. She does all this stuff. Other than that, I don't touch them.
In Puerto Rico, what they do, they'll cut your hair and they'll get that straight blade.
Yeah,
and
that's
they'll
what she
they'll
does.
just clean it up.
There's only one person.
Yeah.
She touches that, and that's why you're not waxing anything. You're not.
I get it. I'm not waxing anything. You've made that very clear.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like same as you. I shower twice a day. Sometimes I shower 3 times a day, depending on the situation.
That's aggressive.
Oh, yeah. I love
always
showering.
I
hate
I mean,
it.
if I don't,
it.
me too. And if I don't shower for 14 hours, he like looks at me in disgust.
14 hours.
No, but
That's
it'll
a long time.
Try 40 over here.
No, but I will do a couple
like-
days because I don't like to wash my hair every day. And what's the
same
freaking
way.
point of showering? I don't smell.
I'll be like,
Like the
babe,
exact
babe,
same.
If you can
it's that
physically
time.
smell,
I can smell your hair. You gotta go.
No,
I'll get
there's
home-
no way you
I'll get
smell her
home.
hair.
No, I'll get home and I'll tell Nicole. So, are we showering today?
And it's so mean. I'm like, I'm fine.
You guys are the same person.
No. I don't say like every day, but like you don't like to shower.
I hate it.
I mean, if you had it your just to put in perspective,
Yeah.
if you had it your way, you would shower what, once a week?
Yeah.
Exactly. So now you see, I'm not saying go shower every day. I'm saying like kind of
if
wash
you-
off
You're
all
like,
of
just
that.
don't be disgusting, Caitlin.
Just like tighten it. Yeah.
Just tighten up your shower game.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
For me, it's just really Nicole's feet, which we've touched
Shut
on before,
up.
and she'll walk barefoot, and they'll just go completely dark. And it's just like,
don't care.
can you
Yeah,
at
I'm
least
the
just
same
wash
way.
your feet? Can you just like turn the water on and just like put your feet in it? Just to cleanse it.
It's really funny though. When I saw Kayla today, we were on the couch. I was giving her a hug, gave her a kiss, whatever. I got up. And I lifted her foot up, and I'm gonna like kiss her foot and be like, I missed you, I'm so concealed. I lift it up, I see her foot, I'm like, oh shit. Okay, onward we march to the coffee maker. The hard pass.
It's spray tan. Yeah. Okay, I had just had a bath this morning. It's a spray tan. Yeah, and that's what I'm sticking. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah. Spray tan. Yeah, why are your legs so dirty? Spray tan.
Spray tan.
Got a little dirt under your nose. Spray tan.
Your windows need to be cleaned out there, Kaitlyn. Yeah, it's spray tan. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna go too far. Skin mark on your underpants, Kaitlyn. Spray tan. Spray tan.
Have yet to go there, but hey, you know what? Why not do it on a podcast where everyone can listen?
Spray tan.
Spray tan.
When in doubt.
Spray tan it out.
Spray tan
What a way to exit.
Yeah.
When in doubt, spray tan it out.
Yeah.
All right, so just one more thing that we'll do before we close
Well,
out.
actually, we want to talk about all the great things you're doing, Kaitlyn.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Because
like-
I want to do the Spanish word of the day, but we'll do that in a second.
Okay, well, let's talk about Kaitlyn first.
All right, let's talk about Kaitlyn first.
So in.
So you have Scrunchie Company.
Yes.
Is it called Dude It? How do I say it?
This is everybody, Jason included, says dude it. It's do edit.
Oh, okay.
So the scrunchies themselves are called do, D-E-W, do's. And do was taken on Instagram, and we come out with a new edit, and aka collection, every once in a while, and so we called it do edit. So yeah, we do different launches every few weeks, and it's so cool because to me, I've been rocking scrunchies since I was probably 2, and I never let that phase go
That's
of my
cool,
life.
yeah.
And people used to make fun of me, and I'd be like, you know what? Like, I'm wearing one right now.
Yeah.
Scrunchies, they don't rip your hair like an elastic. I think they're cute and
Yeah.
trendy. Then all of a sudden I see Hailey Baldwin start rocking them, and I'm like, you know what? Now's the time to get into the scrunchie business because this is about to blow up, and I'm already so passionate about it. And so I started it, and it's so cool to see all these women coming together. We call ourselves the Scrunchie Gang, and it just, to me, feels like I'm not even selling a product. Like, it just feels like an empowering little crew we've got going on of women being like, you're in the Scrunchie Gang. We've got like a sign and like,
cute.
yeah, it's really fun. So I'm coming to 6 different cities for a live podcast tour, and we're going to have like a do booth and sell scrunchies,
that's
and it's going to
awesome.
be a whole thing.
That's so exciting.
That is really cool. I mean, just the fact that you have your own little side business aside from your podcast, and
it's so fun.
That's really
Jason's
awesome.
like a really big numbers guy, and so he's helping me learn like of the business side of things, where I'm just like,
the finance part.
I'm really creative. Like, I can be really creative and think of different ways to like bring people together and to do social stuff and all that. And then Jason's really good at numbers, and my team is really good on the business side too. So us all working together has been
It's been fun. And it is like something I've been thinking about, we've been talking about. So I work for the 13th largest bank in the country, and the CEO is the number 1 most powerful woman in banking. So she is. So it's really interesting, though. I see her manager and what she does and the creativity they have, and they have a wine label coming out.
and my whole team is like female driven.
So it's all female driven.
Wow.
But I think just some of the again, MBA in accounting and finance, and I work with companies that earn revenues $100 million and greater. So you get to work with chief operating officers, chief financial executives, CEOs, and you see different strategies and how they grow, how they use capital to grow. And one of my biggest takeaways, and just listening to her podcast, there are so many women out there that have just incredible ideas, and I think some of the difficulty is bringing an idea to light,
Like
right?
execution.
And just getting execution.
Yeah.
So it's been fun kind of just helping, and they don't need any help at all, but just giving a couple bits of guidance. And I've had a lot of passion in doing so. So who knows, maybe down the road, get into like some type of consulting for women startups, because they're taking over the world.
Yeah, we are.
And,
We are.
and you got the wine label coming
Yeah,
out soon.
yeah.
too.
What's tell us about that if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind. I can tell you about it all day. So I'm coming out with a wine label. We've been working on it for like a year now, it feels like. It's called Spade and Sparrows, and I'm going to be having a rosé, a Cab Sav, and a Pinot Grigio, and then we're going to do a reserve bottle of red and then canned wine for the summer.
Ooh,
wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and so I do a segment on my podcast called Can You Not? And so the cans are going to be called Can You Not, because they're cans, get it?
Clever.
And it's in production right now, and we've tasted all of them. They're
Yeah,
amazing.
they're delicious.
They're really,
They're good.
really good.
It's good.
And I am biased, but I also am very honest. best.
Yeah.
And we went through a lot that we didn't like, and these are the ones that we came up with that we're just obsessed with.
Did you guys pair up with like a winery to put them together?
We work with like a distributor. It's out of California, and so it's my label, but we work with a distributor.
That's awesome.
It's all going to be e-commerce. You can buy it online.
Yeah, but so the distributor works with all different wineries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when they went through the process of picking out the wine label, like it gives you a breakdown of every single grape, and the taste testing was
That's
like
awesome.
it was a process because I was going through a manager talking about like all of it, and so each bottle you get has a different breakdown of every grape, where it's from, what the contrast is, and they were very particular about taste, but also kind of like the look of the rosé, the taste look. It is so
unique.
Cool.
The color of the rosé is very unique, and also I wanted my humor to be a little involved in it. So there's something like a little quirky on the back of every bottle, and I'm just really excited about it.
That's good.
I feel like you got to open a wine bar here.
That's a great idea.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel everyone
That's a really great idea.
Think about it with all the bachelorettes and bachelor parties here. Like you do a wine bar.
Yeah, and then you could do
fun.
like live podcasting some nights.
There you go.
And I mean, come
You
on,
little businesswoman.
Tell you what. Did you just plan our future?
Yes.
We're going to get married when the dog's
She's
coming.
like, yeah, I'll take 20%. I know how this works. I'm learning. But what else do I? Is the wine scrunchies and the live podcaster. When will this come out, this podcast?
2 weeks.
Well,
2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks. Because we got one already for next week.
I saw
and the
one of
week
your
after that'll be
shows
this
is
one.
sold out. Which one sold out?
You know what? 3 of them are now.
3.
So
Wow.
Boston, New York, and Chicago all sold out. We just released tickets for Toronto and Calgary. Calgary's almost sold out, but we're going to open up the balcony and sell more tickets.
Those are the two
And then
biggest
Toronto.
venues.
Yeah, we might be able to go to Toronto. That's
Yeah,
about
'cause that's
like 4 or 5 hours from us, but we
we're
can
close.
drive. Yeah.
Can you please?
Yeah.
So,
Wait,
do you
please
announce so
come.
you have like secret guests that nobody knows who they are?
I
That's exciting.
actually don't even have guests for some of them yet. Jason's going to be my guest for one of them.
So are you going with her the whole time?
Some
for
of it.
with work, I got to balance it.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I'll be in a few of them, but still working on
That's
that.
exciting.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Do you know my date for Toronto? Because he knows my dates better than I do.
Yeah, I think it's the 23rd. It's a Friday.
23rd of this month?
22nd. No, it's March.
March. Okay.
We get back from Florida on the 23rd, I think.
Oh, dang.
Get this right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But that's not a Friday. That's a Saturday.
Oh.
Is that
well,
a Saturday? Then so it might be the 22nd, which is worse.
You can't have your phone by the thing.
No, it's good.
okay.
It's
We
good.
don't hear. You would
Unless you
hear
hear
it.
that dun 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 dun
Oh,
dun.
okay. But yeah, it's you guys should if you can come.
Yeah.
What are you going to Florida for?
We do a family
The
vacation.
yearly family vacation.
Oh, that's so fun.
It's like the only time we get sunshine.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I went last
So
year for my
fun.
first time.
We
Yeah.
play
It was
bingo by the pool.
Oh, I remember seeing this on like Instagram and stuff.
basketball, volleyball.
So fun.
You know,
Oh,
we
I love
go out
that.
to eat every night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
There's
great.
nothing
Just
better than a
tradition.
family vacay.
Yeah.
A tradition.
Yeah.
Oh, I love traditions.
That's fun.
We already are like talking about like what traditions we're going to start at Christmas times and like what. Remember ours?
Yeah.
December 24th. McDonald's.
McDonald's.
That's our first tradition. We're like, that's going to be our thing. Yeah. Did you
All right,
find-
so yours is Toronto is Friday, March 22nd. I just want to put this on the record that as I look that up, I have an Instagram story right now about your jeans and just saying like who doesn't wash, like everyone washes them, right?
Yeah.
My mom writes back at DM, of course you wash your jeans with an emoji like what the hell? I'll talk to her.
Don't.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mama
That's
Kaluch.
funny.
Okay,
that's embarrassing.
speaking of that, we will do our Spanish word of the day.
Yes. Okay, I'm excited.
Okay. So I guess to kind of give a reference point, I typically do the Spanish word of the day based on kind of
The episode.
the episode. So things that we talked about today.
Okay.
Which is so many
Yeah,
things.
there's a lot.
Jeans.
Jesus.
Is it going to be jeans?
It's not jeans.
Okay.
So the Spanish word of the day today is limpiar.
Clean.
What?
Yes!
You know Spanish?
Tell you what.
Wow!
He just winked at me like
Yeah, you like that.
saying clean in Spanish would turn me on. I'm
Like
like, ugh. Say dirty and we'll talk.
Sorry, Mom.
Wow, that was good.
that was
Sorry,
fast.
Mr. Bristowe.
Your mom's been following me for a while. She gets
Yeah,
my
she
humor.
knows.
Okay, wait. Say that name
Sorry,
again.
Mr.
Yeah.
Bristowe.
Limpiar.
Limpiar.
How'd you know
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's our Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, I took Spanish too, but I said I don't know.
Wait, so you speak Spanish?
No. I took Spanish.
So si yo te hablo un poco español, ¿tú sabes lo que yo estoy diciendo?
Yes, I know just a little bit of Spanish.
Good stuff. That's awesome.
Wow.
Oui.
Nosotros.
I'm Canadian. I know French. Oui.
Parlez-vous français?
No. West Coast. Don't know French. The only thing I know is ça va bien. That means I'm good. Or comme si, comme ça. I'm okay.
Well, we're going to Cancun soon. So,
yes, we are. I better brush up.
We got to get cerveza down.
Yeah. Cerveza, por favor.
Cerveza or trago.
What's wine?
What is
trago?
that?
Vino.
That's right.
Vino's wine.
Vino. Oh, yeah.
Trago is drink, right? So it could be if anywhere from soda or alcoholic beverage. Trago is a drink.
Trago.
Or cerveza or vino, beer or wine.
What?
Occur.
That's
your roll of the R's.
I know German more than I know any other language, which is well, English first, then German. Yeah. But I only know like 10 words in German, and it's like, please, can I have a drink? Yeah.
Water, Advil,
sleep. Exactly.
Ask her what shower means. No shot.
No idea. One time.
So this is great, though. We're getting, just real quick on the jeans, we're getting a lot of feedback. I think our poll's at 79%,
awesome.
21%.
High five. Thank you.
I voted for you, Kaitlyn.
Well, at least there's some people that relate to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But one time I did an Instagram story about how I don't shower, and I went and I like turned on a shower and I like hit the knob to like try. I was like, "What? How do you use this thing?" Get it. Swatting at it.
Oh my god, you're the best.
Gross.
This was really great. Thank you guys so much for being on. You guys are awesome.
You guys really crushed it. We really appreciate you guys being on the.
I feel like we're your guests. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for thanking us for being here today.
Thank you.
So everybody, Kaitlyn and Jason, again, thank you guys, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.